Maybe it's because I've been alone so much and I'm sick of it. Sick of just being alone and by myself. And then when I'm around people, I haven't felt comfortable lately. I feel like I'm always being judged, or I always have to prove myself. Or that I'm always fighting for people's attention. Part of it might have to do with that I feel like everybody else has someone right now. Because pretty much everyone is paired off, and those that aren't seem to beam off extravagantly more confident than I am. Even those that are tend to do that, so I guess that's kind of null and void. Maybe it's more about my lack of confidence, because that is something that I've always struggled with, is feeling confident in myself, and feeling like I did something right, or did it good enough. I don't know. Have you ever met someone? I think generally for me it's someone of the same sex. That there's just something about them that before you even really get to know them, you look up to them. And even after you get to know them, maybe even more so, you look up to them. There's just something about the way they present themselves that catches you, and you want to get to know them better, and I don't really know where I'm going with this. I guess for me there's only been a couple people in my life that have been like this for me, that I meet, and before I really even get to know them, I look up to them. And I've kind of run into that situation now, I think, where it's a friend of mine. And to be honest, I don't want this to sound wrong way, but I'm not exactly sure why I look up to her. She's not a leading role model, or she isn't someone that everyone knows and wants to be around all the time. But for some reason, I admire her. And to be honest, I can tell you why. I mean, she's a sweetheart. I love her to death. And she's fun to be around. And maybe it's a confidence thing. I guess there's two people that I have in mind. One farther from my past and this person currently. But for some reason, they just strike me as really looking up to her. And maybe what I admire is I know that they have not led perfect lives. I know about the struggles with depression and so many other things that I guess I shouldn't probably go into because it's their personal issues. But yet, there's still the person they are today, who I think is just a beautiful person. Maybe that's why I look up to them, is because I know what they've been through, and yet they seem so much stronger than I am. because I view myself as so weak and so fragile and so close to a breaking point. I feel like I break every day or a few times a week. I guess I should probably say that I have severe depression and anxiety. That's something that I've struggled with for the last, oh gosh, 10, 12 years. And will probably always struggle with my entire life. I probably have no hope of ever being unmedicated. Just to really function daily. And maybe, so my low self-esteem has always been a large part of that, to the point where it's actually been self-hatred, not low self-esteem. And I guess maybe what I want to accomplish here is to be able to express myself and not let people really watch it, and maybe get to a point where I don't care, be able to say things, or even just say them, and be able to watch it later. If I don't post this online. I hope the mic is picking this up. I didn't think about that. I need some way of expressing myself. I think that's something that has been lacking for me this year. It has made this year so hard for me is that I don't have a way of expressing myself. I don't deem myself artistic. I don't particularly think of myself as creative and or intellectual or insightful and all that shit. But maybe if I can just talk. Because I've always been very unsuccessful at keeping a diary or keeping an online journal. Has never lasted more than like a year. But even so, I was very aware of who would be reading it and wanting them to think I was cool, so filtering what I wrote to that. Granted, that was back in 8th grade, so I suppose quite a different situation since I have changed since then. I also don't want this to be all down and depressed in intellectual. I hope to do some random stuff too because I'm a very random person and I guess I like to make my friends laugh just by being strange and out there, and they kind of give me the look of, what the fuck are you doing? Maybe I shouldn't swear. I don't know. Alright, well, I'm gonna be done with this, so let's see if it worked even. Alright, peace out.